Hello and welcome. This is Lucy the Bold, and let's see here. We are episode 148. I'm up at my dragon castle. So, I, oh, one of the survivors. I have an area that I like to go dig at, and it's out. Oops, let's see here. Let me get up here a little higher. It's out this way, just where that snowy ridge line is at, that I like to go get coal. There's a little farmhouse over there, and then roughly about right there, where my little pointer is at, is where the honor hall is at. So we're going to be flying over the top of this little ridge here. Now, I've been over this way a couple times before, but I don't remember this one particular little spot. So I wanted to show it to you guys, because I thought it was interesting. We're going to start going down. That way I don't miss it. Because it's out on a little cliff ledge. No, don't fall, nope, yep, gonna fall. Okay, so anyways, we'll go back up there. Kind of overshot a little bit. You gotta be careful of that stump there. See, that's also interesting too, that they've got that just sitting there in the air. So you got this little tent that's up here. There's nothing in it. Alright. But it's a nice picture, you know, of this waterfall dripping down off of the mountain. And then of course I was just out here, you know, and I collected the flame from the flame shrine. So you come over the edge here and you look down. And then you have this, which I thought was a little goat farm. Okay. And you can come in here. And it's just some of those new crates and things that you can build now that are in it. And then I thought this was interesting, because you can actually use this if you had raw meat. So it's like a little survivor's camp that's out here. I like the waterfall. I'm assuming it goes down into a cave system. You know, there's a coal deposit there. I was unaware of that coal deposit. So But yeah, I thought this was kind of interesting. Respawn point down here. So let's continue our flight. All right, about 91 meters away from it. All right, it's that little house right down there. And you can actually walk up out of the shroud down there from that little house place. So we're going to go down there. I am going to drink a strength potion. Lots of coal. Okay. Alright, there should be one more person around here. There he is. Okie dokie. So as you can see, a dual wielding dagger fighter is good, but you don't do massive damage all at once. But this is the coal deposit, and it's fairly large. I usually jump up on top of it, and I start here, and then literally just excavate this all the way down to the ground. You could very easily set this place up as a little home. You know, put maybe your flame shrine over here in this area. Leave it at level 1 so it doesn't touch the coal over there. But I like this area. And then, like I said, if you want to go down into the shroud, you just come down here this way. Okay. And then you can start getting the shroud liquids, and then you will find, and those special mushrooms are all over down here. I used to have this character set up so they would have that pull, so you could grab hold of things that were far away from you and pull them into you. But I took that off. I didn't feel like it was necessarily worthwhile. You can literally get all the way around to the silver mines, all the way around Lake Luma, by doing this. And the I call them the yellow magic mushrooms. They grow sporadically. So I always have my settings. Oh, there's one of those. There's some of those little people that spit the frozen snowballs at you. These guys look like they have a flower for a head. There's some of the new creatures in the area. I mean, not new, but you know, you don't want them opening up their mouths and spitting on you for certain. But anyways, when you're out here collecting the yellow mushrooms, it's always good because they're so sporadic to set your settings so that way when you're gathering things, you're gathering the maximum amount. So I always turn my settings up as high as possible. That way I get the maximum amount for my timeout here. Say I hit for about 95 to 123 points of damage per thrust, and then I use that dash, which is a mage skill, to get over to them or to get away from them. And then the daggers that I'm using are the prey daggers. These are really nice. They do extra shroud damage. They have poison damage, merciless strike on them. And my second favorite ones are the ice coated daggers. Okay, and then I do carry the Nova sword, level 40. It does 70 damage, so it's also a really good weapon to carry. And then occasionally I'll use the ruffian's axe, but I don't use that very often. Food wise, I use the pumpkin soup, the beef stew, the milkshake, and then you guys seen me use the elixir, okay, which adds to my ability to increase my damage that I do. Alright, if you have the flame of the prayer scroll, that also will add to your damage even as a non-magical fighter. So, but this whole area down here is this covered with these yellow mushrooms, and we're in about this area right now. We have New Cromwell over here, you know, and then there's a shroud root. So oops. I also like the parade daggers because they just look cool. They're wicked. Here's a nice pile of silver. Okay. Now that's the bridge that takes you over here to New Cromwell. Okay, so we're going to skirt around that. You can go across it, you know, that's not an issue. So some people that need a butt whooping. So he's down there in the shroud, or on the lake now, so it'll be a while before he can get back up to where I'm at, which by then I'll be gone. Finished collecting my mushrooms over here. Amethyst, which I always dig these out when I run across them. If you go into the mountains that connect the Nomad Highlands area to the summit area, there is a whole bunch of amethysts on the sides of those hills, and you don't have to have any special gear. You can get it at low level and not have to worry. Alright, so we're just skirting around the outside of the lake. Get my rested bonus and stamina up. I'm looking for some more mushrooms. With my new character, I'm over here now. Okay, this is where my flame altar is inside of the cave, but here's the 3 markers for the silver deposits. Okay. Four of them. That could be interesting. See if I can take one of them out before they get over here. You know what? I'm going to use a shield. Mainly because these guys are fully armored. Good. I sundered him. that's how you do that with the shield. It's really important to let them hit you. Well, not hit you personally, but hit your shield. That way you can sunder them, and then you fill up their bar on their meter turns white on the underside. And then when it does that, and you hit them, then you literally break their armor. And it's easy to get a critical hit in on them. And you could have done it with the daggers, but I'm not as successful with the daggers because you don't get as much. On your block. Well, that's not bad. Lesser Twin Gold Flame Sword, level 36. Base damage is 62. I mean, that would be nice. Let's see, here it is, nighttime. Let me see if I have... There we go. That'll help. Doesn't help me any, but it might help you guys so you can see where I'm going. Alright, this is a huge chunk of silver here that goes up the wall. Okay, so there's 3 big chunks of it, and then you come into this cave here. Alright, here's another geode. And then there's one right here, right beside it. Alright. Now, for the bow, I'm using the, oh, I have parts. Parts is parts. For the bow, I use the frost arrow, that eternal one. But anyways, this area right here is protected, and I do have a couple characters that have turned this area into a home. So you can definitely very easily do that. We'll wait until my minutes go back up. Now this cave goes back in further, and you can definitely explore it at your leisure, but you know, remember that you're to come over here into this area. That way you can reset. So once again, this is where we are at. Okay, New Cromwell. Alright, and that is what I wanted to show you guys tonight. I'm going to head back to Dragon Castle. Then I'll show you how I have her built. Well, hello there too, Mr. Farmer. Alright, so I am still using the Mountain Shadow chest piece, and then I have the Wolf Fang hood, the Frostbite Slasher gloves, Frostbite Slasher trousers, and the Mountain Shadow boots. Okay, that's the shield I use, the Rogue shield. Blocking is 19. I think it's one of the best ones in the game right now. And then I have the Ring of Burning Light on one finger, just because I like it. You know, it's easier for me when I'm playing when it's dark in the game. And then of course, Ring of the Ancients. And I do have a video on where you can find the Ring of the Ancients. There's like 4 or 5 spawn points where that can drop at. This is the bow that this character is using. It's not the best bow. I have some bows that will do 50 DPS. Alright, so I'm at 149 and I went to Counter-Strike and then Updraft, okay, and then Airborne, Endurance, and then I came up this tree here for the Marksman to here. Alright, I did not go up this part of it. Alright, so the Ranger is the one I like because of the dexterity, the endurance, the stamina. Okay, and then I know you guys seen me using Blink, so I came up this tree. This is the healer tree. Alright, then you get that water aura. And then I like all of my people to have, you know, as much protection as possible. So I came up the tank side, grabbed shiny plates and heavy plates, and then the Constitution, and then the warrior, because of the thrust, pierce, slash butcher, veteran status, swift blades. Okay, and then I came up the barbarian side for heavy handed because I do sometimes use a dual wield weapon. Breaching is always good. That's where I'm able to overpower them. You seen where they turned red above their head? That's where that comes in at. I did take bash, okay, because the athlete, I grabbed everything in athlete, so I can do the jump attack as well. Of course, I've got double jump and jump attack. And then I went all the way up this tree to here. Okay. I used to have the desert stomach where you get the additional slot, but with the advent of the new food, I decided that I did not need that any longer. And then I came over here for the inner fires and the restless flame, so I can explore longer in the shroud. And then snake eater, poison resistance of 20%. So that is how I build my characters, and you guys got to see tonight how this character functions. And I wanted to say thank you. I changed my sign outside of the castle to 900. I think I'm only like 10 or 15 subscribers away from being at 900 subscribers, so thank you guys. And we have a stadium, sports stadium that my spouse is building on her world, that will be able to hold multitude thousands of people, gnomes, and we will be putting those people out and around the stadium. So it's going to be different than what people have seen. So we're excited about that. I've done a couple little short videos on that as well. So with that being said, that is it for this evening. You guys all have a good evening, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.